What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. James here with another unboxing and assembly video for this chair, which is the Workstream Ergonomic chair with a foam seat. Now this does have a mesh backing, and at the time of making this video the price is $179, which is crazy for something that this caliber with the mesh back and all the adjustability that comes with it. It's really like an unbeatable deal. Now I've been in the market for a new chair for quite some time. I still am using the OFM chair, which is a gaming chair. It's kind of got that racing style, but not a whole lot of adjustability, especially in the armrest. The backrest is not adjustable. It just has really bad lumbar support, and yeah, it just really doesn't fit my body type, I feel like. So if you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and check it out. I'll throw a link somewhere down here or up here or something like that, and also in the description as well. So yeah, $179 with an adjustable back, adjustable armrest, mesh backing. It's got a foam seat. They also have a mesh seat version as well, which is I believe $199. But again, I typically gravitate more towards foam seats anyway, so that's why I went with this one and saved a little bit of money as well. Now I definitely say subscribe to Monoprice's email list, their Instagram and Twitter if you're looking for a deal. They randomly throw promotions and different promo codes and things like that if you want to save a little bit more money. But again, at $179, that's still an unbeatable deal. So yeah, I picked this up in their Rancho Cucamonga will call center. Straightforward. Box looks pretty decent. It looks like it had a little bit of damage here, but don't think anything's going to be there in the corner. If you guys are looking to purchase this chair, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below. So make sure to go ahead and check that out. The part number on this is 42761. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into this unboxing. So let's go ahead and cut the tape on the top. If you're using a blade like this, just be very cautious not to go too deep because there could be the fabric or mesh covering just below this top area. Alright, so here is one of the armrests. Again, these are adjustable vertically. You push that button and these can go up and down. And then as you can see here with the mounting, the screws, you can actually pull them in and out depending on the width of your shoulders. So that's really, really nice. One thing I've noticed with the gaming chairs is that as I get older, I get a lot more sensitive to things like, you know, the width of the armrest or the curvature of the backing. I sit in my chair for like, I don't know, something like 15, 18 hours a day. I work full-time hours at home typically, and then I'm gaming for another like 4 hours after that. Probably video editing another 4 hours. So yeah, I'm on computer a long time. Pretty much every day, even on the weekends too. It's pretty crazy. Alright, here is the headrest. I forgot to mention the headrest is actually mesh as well. Really, really nice. This is adjustable vertically as well, as you can see there. Has probably about an inch of adjustment up and down. So here's the actual base plate for the wheels to go into. This here is the foam seat. Go ahead and unwrap this really quick. You also get your instruction manual there. I wanted to note is the weight of this box was a lot heavier than I expected, which is a good thing. That just tells you how solid this is built. Here is the foam seat, and it's got a really nice feel to it. Definitely dense. It's got a really nice fabric. It's pretty comfortable, yet durable at the same time. And that's what the bottom looks like. All right, we got a box here, probably the bolts and wheels. This here is the base that goes underneath the seat cushion that has all your adjustment levers and things like that. Looks like that's everything in the box. Here's the actual backing of the chair. Let's take a look at this real quick. Very nice. Check out the mesh, you guys. Really, really nice quality. Soft yet firm, if that makes sense. It's also got adjustable lumbar support, which is awesome. Not quite sure how this works just yet. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit, but yes, you can pretty much just raise it and lower it like that. Again, looks like that has about an inch, maybe a little bit more than an inch of adjustment vertically. There is no way to bring it in and out, but as you can see here, it's pretty flexible, both up and down, left and right. It's going to be very comfortable. It's kind of like a rubberized or soft plastic attachment there. And of course, there's how you mount it to your seat cushion. So this is what the base looks like. You get your typical tension adjustment right here. You just turn that to tighten or loosen the level of reclinement. It also has up and down, and then you can also lock your recline with that lever. Not quite sure what this lever is for just yet. I'll let you know in a little bit. Looks like that brings the chair forward and back, which is really cool. So yeah, you can slide forward and back, as you can see there. So back, if you have, say, shorter legs, if you have longer legs, you need more of a seat cushion, bring it forward. It's really nice. It's spring-loaded too. This is where the backing attaches, and as you can see here, the attachments are ovalized, so you can bring that forward and back as well. So yeah, so far I am liking everything I'm seeing so far. This has all the adjustments in the world that I could be looking for in a chair. Alright, so let's see what's in this box. Again, pretty sure these are just the wheels and all the bolts and things like that. Might be some other small bits here and there. Bolts, washers, a couple screws. This is the main shaft. It goes right here. It's a little plastic trim piece. And then you get your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wheels. Casters. These are also pretty generic, so you can throw on those like rollerblade style wheels if you want like a smoother rolling. These will suit me just fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the assembly, you guys. Okay, so step one is to pretty much just attach the wheels to the base here, and then also attach that main shaft area there. So smooth rolling as expected. The shaft pretty much just sits right into that center hole there. Whoa, caught my knife. These do have Allen screws. Yeah, they have Allen screws in here, so you can actually slide these forward and back by probably about 3 or 5 millimeters. It's not a whole lot, but there is a little bit of added adjustability there. Okay, so these aren't really marked, but kind of tell based on the design. So they slant forward. So yeah, pretty much the longer end would be the front, slant forward, and then this is the front of the chair. Based on the design, you can tell the way that this sits in here, the backrest goes back here. So I'm going to install it up. Just saw that there is an R marking on the inside there for right. Yeah, okay, so there's 5 different sets of screws here. 5 different lengths of screws. So 6 of these, all the long bolts go for the armrests. So for the armrest, you're gonna need the medium size, the M6 by 15 millimeter washer, and then the M6 by 45 millimeter bolt. Pretty simple stuff here. Just go straight through the armrest mounting and then straight into the threaded insert on the base of the chair. And once you have them all in there by hand, go ahead and take your Allen wrench, tighten them down. Now I'm a pretty slender guy, so I'm going to push these all the way in. If I need to adjust it later on, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Not putting a whole lot of torque into this, only because I might possibly adjust these later. And once I find that good sweet spot, I'll go and really torque them down. All right, so we got one armrest on. Let's get the other one here. And by the way, in case you guys are wondering, the other chair with the mesh bottom also has the same level of adjustability that this one features. The designs are a little bit different though, so keep that in mind, but Ultimately, the main difference is the bottom. If you want a foam seat, go with this one. If you want a mesh seat, go with the other chair. And I'll also throw a link for that other chair into the description below, so make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, either way, I do like the chiseled look of this one. It's just got a lot of sharp edges, clean lines, some sharp corners as well. Looks really, really nice and futuristic. The other one's a little bit more organic in shape and, you know, rounded corners and things like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and run with this for now. That's what the base looks like with the armrests attached. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, so it says to keep this down like this. The armrests provide a nice little base for you to work with as well. You're going to want to take this bottom portion here, sit right on top. Alright, so the front two bolts are actually M6 by 35, and the back two bolts are actually M6 by 40. Okay, so slightly longer bolts in the back, slightly shorter bolts up front. Okay, and then these are all O washers, which are the larger washer sizes. So again, longer bolts in the back, shorter bolts up front. Just make sure not to get that confused there, because they are very close in size. So this moved a little bit. It looks like this moved a little bit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to lock it in place. It doesn't really matter that much, it's just, I don't know, I'm just really, really finicky and picky with things like that, so it has to be just perfect. Also, what would have helped is if I use my my power drill for this to make things quicker, but wanted to show you guys in real time what you can expect, you know. Alright, once you got all those situated, definitely gonna want to tighten these down. There's gonna be a lot of weight on these, especially as you recline. Definitely not gonna want to have these loose on you when you're like leaned back and like ready to fall out of your chair, you know what I'm saying? So there's not a whole lot of clearance here, so just keep that in mind. It's a little bit tight to work with. Again, if you have a power drill, definitely recommend you use that. Alright, this says to mount the backrest on here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Actually, might probably be easier to mount it onto the base first, but I'm going to go ahead and follow the directions and show you guys the actual process here. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Looks like you can. Alright. For these three that go down here, you're going to need this thick bolt here. You're going to need a crusher, compression washer, and then you need your big washer there. So it's going to stack just like that. Again, thread them in by hand so you don't cross thread. Same deal here on all three. So you can see just how much adjustability you can get front and back with this design. Really, really cool. Alright, so that sums up everything on the actual chair unit. Let's go ahead and throw this right onto the base and see what it's like. Alright, so there is the chair, pretty much fully assembled. We just need to attach the headrest. And the headrest is actually optional. Some people might not need a headrest, so. Ooh, yeah. So one thing to note is that, as you can see here, the back pivots independently from the actual base of the chair. That is cool. So you can really just knock out and take a nap like this. Have it swing back up. Might be easier to do it while off the chair. Let's try. Ooh, that is cool. That is cool, you guys. So yeah, if you have longer legs like this, yeah, see my short legs, they bind up here already. I'm trying to sit all the way back. So because I'm a little bit of a smaller fellow, perfect, perfect. That's actually too small, but if you're a really tiny person, that'll help. Let's move forward a little bit, something like that. That's perfect. Get nice coverage on my legs, my thighs. Very supportive, very comfortable. See the armrest here might be a little bit low. Raise them up, couple notches there. That gets a lot of adjustment there. If you have stubbier arms or a longer torso, there you go. All the way down. Each click is about 1/4 of an inch. Tons of adjustment, tons of adjustment. Just gonna get these armrests even. Something like that. It's really cool. Perfect. So that lock actually locks the backing, so I can't push that back. This is really comfortable, you guys. Lumbar support I could raise and lower. I'd say something in the middle. It's feeling good to me, something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and install the headrest here. I'm gonna get a little bit close and personal with you guys right now. All right, so for the headrest, it's pretty much just 2 bolts, and then you do get 1 trim piece to cover those bolts. Make it nice and tidy. Okay, so it's as simple as literally putting it together like this through the plastic and then into the metal inserts. There is 1, there is 2, and just go and tighten these up. Nothing else to it. All right, now after that, just take your trim piece and go ahead and pop that in. Ooh, yeah, this thing is comfy, you guys. Woo-wee. All right, you guys, so here is the chair fully assembled. This is as low as it goes. Again, I got shorter legs, so this is gonna be perfect for me. Headrest. You can see here, got a lot of flex to it. Lower it. Get more of the base of the skull and the neck. I can raise it up and get right into the center of my head there. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. In case you guys are wondering, I am 5'6", but I'm like all torso, so if you're a taller person, up here is what it's gonna look like for you. This is perfect for me. If you're shorter, you can still put this all the way down and it'll still be just nice for you. Somewhere in the middle, pretty cool for me. As you can see here, my shoulders line up with the very top of the backing. Quite nice. Overall, it's just really comfortable. Fits me quite nicely. As you can see here, I did install these armrests all the way inward. And it suits me just nice, like straight down, which is very comfortable. I may or may not use these. I typically like to rest my forearms on my desk while I'm gaming and computing, but still, this is really comfortable. The actual base cushion, again, it's very soft yet very firm at the same time. It almost feels like it could have like 2 levels of density to it. Like there's a top memory foam portion to it, and then a very stiff foam underneath is what it feels like. Could be mistaken, but that's what it feels like. Again, fabric is comfortable. It's not scratchy or irritating, but at the same time, it feels really durable as well. Mesh design, again, same thing, comfortable yet firm. It's got the right type of tension to it, where it's not, too firm, but it's still flexing enough to contour around like my shoulder blades, the curvature of my spine as well. Lumbar support feels great. I wish there was a way to bring it forward and back. Some people might not want so aggressive lumbar support, others might want more. That being said though, it's suiting me quite well. I'm not sure if you can make that out, but when I sit in it, it actually bends backward a little bit. So it's firm, but it's also supportive and comfortable, if that makes sense. Okay, so it does lock in place. You just have to push it a little bit firmly, but as you can see here, that locks into place, and it looks like the cushion on the bottom reclines as well. I really didn't notice that. It's so subtle. Yeah, it's reclined all the way. That's cool. That's interesting. That's really cool yet interesting at the same time. Like, it's so subtle that like the bottom is moving. Like, I didn't really notice it until I really paid attention to it. That's really cool. Let's see what this does here. So I'm loosening it all the way right now. Oh, I see. So that adjusts everything, both the bottom and the backing, the level of tension it takes to recline like that. That's interesting, wow. You can lock it in place and it'll stay reclined. If you want it reclined like that, and then you sit back down. Oh yeah, you can take some naps in here for sure. Just pull it back out and it comes back down. Just give you guys an idea of the vertical extension there. Quite high, my legs diagonal. And then I could go back down. Nice and easy. Alright, so let's go ahead and tighten this back up. One thing I like about this is that the adjustment knob is really big, and that equates to like more leverage as you're spinning these. Some of these cheaper chairs have like really small adjustment knobs, so they're really hard to grab a hold of, and you really don't have a lot of leverage, so it makes it difficult. So I actually like the firmness of this. Most of the time when I'm working, I like to have it locked anyways. And one thing to note, as you can see here, locked is completely locked. Sometimes when you have a locking chair, it still has like an inch of movement, like it'll still back, as you try to recline, it'll still hit back a little bit. That's really cool, I like that a lot. So if you're using this for gaming or for office use, this will suit you perfectly. This is a nice chair, you guys. I'm actually really impressed. Definitely highly recommended. 2 thumbs up from me. Love the materials, all the materials, build quality. There's really not a whole lot of flex at all. Really comfortable and really well built from what I see so far. Again, I think something that really sets this apart, not only is it the mesh back and headrest, but all of the adjustment that you get. With a chair like this at $179, all these adjustments, you can go up, down, in and out with the armrest, even forward and back a little bit as well. You can go up and down. Again, the backing and the bottom cushion recline independently, which is really cool. I really love the locking mechanism. It's locked. There's no wobble to it at all. Of course, the back is going to flex a little bit, but other than that, it's locked in place whether you're reclined or not. Just pull it out, and you just need to push it back a little bit, and it'll spring back up. You can lock it in place. You get your typical size for the casters if you want to change those out. Something that wasn't expected as well is the way that the cushion can go forward and back independently, which is really nice. See there? Go all the way forward, and then you could even push the backing outward as well if you're a bigger guy with longer legs. One thing that this does not have though is the back does not go up and down from what I know. I don't think there's a way to adjust that. I'll get back to you guys if I find out a way to do that. But other than that, this really has everything and more that I was looking for in a chair. I just love all the adjustment points. It's very comfortable, and I could spend all day in here and be just fine. And that's honestly what I need as a designer. Designers are typically working 9-10 hour days as it is. I'm also a gamer and a videographer. I edit videos all the time. So I'm working, gaming, editing like all day long, and then I get like 4 hours of sleep, rinse and repeat, I'm doing it all over again the very next day. So if you're looking for a comfortable chair with all kinds of adjustment points, and you have maybe like a weird body shape, like if you're like me with like shorter legs and a longer torso, you can adjust it to your size. If you're all legs, you can move the seat cushion all the way forward, move the backing back, drop the headrest down. You know, there's just so much you can do with this chair. If you're skinny like me, mount these armrests all the way in. If you're a wider person, push them out. You'll be just fine. You know, broader shoulders, and you'll just, sit naturally just like this, which is really cool. Typically it goes up and down as well. Again, you have the reclining. You have these 2 knobs here that do all kinds of different adjustments as well. So I think that sums it up. I mean, I really can't say more about this chair. Again, $179, this design, this comfort, and these features, you're not gonna find a better chair. I mean, in my opinion. I've been shopping for a long time too. I mean, since I had that other unboxing video, the OFM gaming chair, right away, like right off the bat, I was like, wow, I can't adjust these armrests. They're like too high and then they're too out, you know? And then the back was just like really aggressive with that lumbar support, which is like in a weird spot too. Like I can't move it up and down. The backing to me on that chair felt all the way reclined and I couldn't sit up for work. So I had to add like a pillow or something like that. So it was just really awkward to use. If you are interested in that chair though, check it out. I'll also do a follow-up review, like a long-term review on that chair. Once I do, I will put a link somewhere up here, let you guys know if I still recommend that chair or not. But this one is the way to go. All chairs aside, again, I've been shopping for a long time. I've been to Staples and Office Max. I don't even know if they're still around anymore, but I've looked at all the chairs that Costco has and Sam's Club, and this one's the best, honestly, that I've seen. And it's also the best price that I've seen too. For a mesh chair with adjustability and ergonomics like this, I mean, you really, really can't beat it. So yeah, check out my links in the description below. All right guys, so that's gonna sum up my video for the day. Thank you so much for watching, and especially thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you're not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like, comment as usual, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.